If you want to make splitty shapes from a single foot lock and try a tornado spin, this routine is for you. Hi Aerialsits! We are on the silks today.
Yes, and as Karina mentioned, we're doing some nice footlock splitty shapes, and then we're also doing a tornado spin, which is always a lot of fun.
Yes. And what I love about this is that the poses are quite easy and you're supporting most of the time. So you don't need to worry too much about a lot of climbing or using a lot of grip or upper body shred to hold you in place, except for the tornado spin for a little while.
Yeah. You also do need to know how to do a hip key for this. Either use either a regular flare hip key, or you can try one of the alternations that we have taught in previous videos. So getting into a hip key will be necessary for doing this spin. Yes. If you're new to this channel, welcome. On this channel, we talk all things aerial and we break down different routines every week across 4 different apparatuses: aerial hoop, hammock, silks, and pole. So if you practice any of these apparatuses, especially at home or during open practice and you're looking for resources, subscribe to the channel. It's a great resource to have whenever you're training to level up your aerial game.
Yeah, and if you have some aerial friends who are also looking for resources, feel free to share the channel with them, share the content with them, invite them to join your practice as well so that they can also have access to all the resources that we've been putting together for the past few years.
Before we start, let's do a quick safety check. Let's start by checking our equipment, make sure everything is okay with your rigging, check your silks for wear and tear, stuff like that. Make sure that you use a crash mat. Don't practice without one under any circumstances. And then make sure that you warm up well and cool down well before and after you practice aerial. If you're looking for warm-up ideas, you can find them in the playlist, which we'll leave right up here. I would recommend that you warm up your legs a bit because we are doing that splitty pose. So your hip, do some drills for your hips and your legs before you start. And as we always say, if you haven't warmed up yet, go do that first and then come back to this video to try it with us. Make sure you're wearing the right clothing. For this routine, we'd recommend wearing leggings just because you're going to be kind of wrapping your foot on the fabric a few times. Socks also help if you're not used to that footlock feeling, but they're not really necessary. I think that's about it. And then, of course, make sure that you have your spotting buddy. Make sure you have someone to train with so they can be your GPS in the air and your cheerleader as well. And if something happens, they're there to call someone or assist you.
Yes, and this is a tutorial video, so you cannot find the music for this routine synced up to this video. What we did is we left you a short right up here. This short is synced up to the music so you can see what we had intended for it to look like when we choreographed the routine and put it together for you. But you can always just hop onto our Instagram account if you can't find it or anything like that. We also do post it on our Instagram accounts and we leave you links to those down in the description below. And we also invite you to come back to the channel on Friday. On Friday, we do release a YouTube video that shows both of us doing the same routine to the same music. So you have an idea of what it looks like when 2 people do the same routine, but it might look a little bit different, you know. It helps you to also be a little bit more accepting of what it is that you are doing at home as well. We will also leave you a link to the song that we use along with the time in which we get started down in the description below so that you know exactly what version of the song we're using and when we're getting started.
Now that we've covered everything, let's get started. Hi Aerialists, we have Karina here and she's gonna show us how to do this fun silks routine. So we're starting this routine from a dancer's footlock. So we'll show you how to do that. First, you're going to wrap one leg on both poles twice. So 1, 2. Notice how the tail is over your foot. Now you're gonna hold on to the pole behind you and you're just going to bring it to the arch of your foot from behind. So this is different from a regular footlock where you would bring it in front. From there, you're going to hold high on both poles, separate the fabric, hold each pole in each hand, and then you're going to spin backwards. So Karina is going to swing the footlock pole backwards as she pivots off the other leg. She might need to lift her foot a couple times so that she can free herself from the fabric. Then she's going to wave herself up and bring her knee first through both poles, bring her body between the poles, and then she's going to hold on up above with the same hand as the bent leg, and she can extend the other hand, the same hand as her foot locked leg, to make shapes. From there, she's going to hold on to the pole in front of her, and then she's going to grab the pole behind her, and she's going to make sure that she crosses her body through so that the fabric runs across her back like this, and she's pushing the other pole away. From there, she's going to do an invert, so she inverts and hooks her free leg, but she's just stepping the arch of her foot on the pole above her, and then she's going to release her other hand and hold on to the pole in front of her and extend here. From here, she's going to hold on to the free pole, and she's going to pull herself up, and she's going to bend her leg to get into this sort of a semi-split pose right here. If you can go straighter, that's fine as well. And then from there, you can hold on and release the release the split, come back, and then you're going to hold both poles together, and then you're going to pull yourself up a bit as you just point your legs to release your dancer's flock. From there, you do a climb and wave your body up. And then you're going to hold on here and do a hip key. So Karina does her hip key. From here, you're gonna make sure that you pull up the fabric so that you can keep the tail as short as possible, but still long enough to add spin. From here, you'll be adding spin, and then you're gonna get ready to do that super fast tornado spin. So for the tornado spin, you're going to bring your body back up. You're going to release your hip key. Now you're gonna keep both legs separated, and then you're going to cross the outside leg in front of the inside leg, bend and slowly straighten it. Keep your core as tight as you can and engage your back. The tighter your core is and the more your back is engaged, the better it is to hold this pose. From here, you can just rewrap your leg and do your final extension, and that is the end of the routine. So much fun! And if you still want to keep training aerial silts, or if you're looking for something that's a little bit more beginner friendly, but you're still wanting to try something splitty, check out this routine that we're going to leave on screen for you, which has a supported beginner split where you don't need to do an air straddle. So even though you're going upside down, you are fully wrapped and covered the entire way, so you don't feel like you need to put a lot of strength into your arms. We'll leave the dance video on top for you, and we'll leave the routine at the bottom. We can't wait to have you try that one as well. And until next time, bye!